Let's go. Hello, welcome to another Touchdown Frackers podcast. My name's Lewis, and I'm joined by a bunch of alcoholics actually on the pod because everyone seems to be drinking some form of alcohol. We got Disu joining me with the pink Moscato.
Coke, actually. Let's not
Coke.
Let's not come for my name, yeah.
What's the other drink on your right hand side? Hey, we won't talk on that. Keep going, Liz. Keep going. Keep loading.
I thought I'd be joined on the pink Moscato game, so I wouldn't feel less masculine for doing so.
It's you and me.
Oh, it's me and me. It's all right. Means, yeah. Bluetooth or whatever it is.
I can't lie, it's not Moscato, it's the posh stuff.
Oh, that's the M&S stuff, isn't it? That's the Marks and Spencer stuff, that.
It's the posh stuff. Marcelino and all that, you know.
Oh, okay.
Posh stuff.
Then
I
50.
thought he plays for Leon.
Cheers to you on the pink anyway.
We got Meads, obviously we got Ellis. No,
Sorry.
nothing but protein shakes from Ellis. No.
Wait, hold on. Some you said it looks like I'm in a can. Some you said.
Yeah, you are.
There was one booger distributed from the can still.
Free digger D, yeah.
There was one booger distributed from the can, fam. Bomber jacket and all.
And we got Seb and Mariah. How you doing, lads?
Yeah, well, that's all the stuff, man. Top four.
Yeah, what's good? Make sure everybody's drinking responsibly, mate. No one's getting drunk around here. Come on, lads.
Yeah, man. Drink
Hey,
responsibly.
be
top four
careful.
and
You lot are very shameless, but we'll get into it. Before we do, though, we're obviously streaming this podcast live on YouTube. So yeah, big up all you lots that are streaming in. We also did like a nice little Patreon kind of live chat earlier, which was sick, where we managed to cover pretty much all of the games, I think. So if you aren't a Patreon subscriber, obviously there's your reason.
Why aren't you? Why aren't you?
Exactly. Why are you not a Patreon subscriber?
We've got exclusive content on there, and we're just going to keep going harder and harder, really. So at this point, you're just missing out, really.
100%. All the links will be in the bio and the Twitter, so absolutely no excuse not to become part of our Patreon community, as well as our Discord community as well. So big up all of you lot. On that note, let's get the pod going then. So, guys, obviously you lot are partying, top three. Ollie's done the job. Bruno's carried you to top four to Champions League football.
Listen, if you're gonna host, don't cap, yeah. But
listen,
continue.
I'm hosting, Mariah. Yeah, you do your job and you be a pundit. All right, let me do my job. All right, yeah.
Telling a black man what he should say in this economy,
in this climate, Lewis, in this climate,
it's interesting, isn't it? They never change. They never change.
Very
They
telling.
never change.
Very telling.
At Touchline, we don't bow to societal pressures. All right, we don't bow to societal pressures. All right?
Very telling.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Bow.
We definitely do. Anyway, you lot are excited, so I'll let you have your little gloat about winning, getting in the top four. Something that obviously Arsene Wenger was, tormented for over the years of celebrating getting into the top four and whatnot. But yeah, have your say, guys.
What do you want us to say, bro? We got the job done. It was a pretty calm game for the most part. It was a bit nervy, but Leicester have got quite a few injuries. They've probably been the worst team since we've come back from the lockdown. So if we weren't able to get it done, I'd call it the third try, because I reckon we beat Sutton or we beat West Ham, it's already a wrap. So if we weren't able to get it done at the third try against a team that we are definitely better than on paper and have been since we came back, then there would have been an inquest. Something like a Spanish Inquisition. So luckily we didn't have to do that. The boys are clearly leggy. We rest and we win the Europa League if we feel like it, really.
Yeah. I think Mariah's spot on. I think the game was pretty comfortable for the first half. Then Leicester came out okay-ish. I was like, oh, we actually might concede here. But then we had like a 10 minutes or like 5 minutes just before the goal where it's like the final action just wasn't there. I think one time Matic, good ball to Martial, and I could see Martial try to cut across the defender, but I actually wanted him just to take another touch and just left foot it, but he wanted to get on his right foot. And usually he's quite good at cutting across and cutting the guy out, but it didn't go through. And just a few, I think Greenwood tried also paying Martial in, but the ball's a bit too heavy. So we had a couple nearly moments, and then obviously we got the pen. I think Martial got fouled, and then obviously Bruno tucked it. And then obviously then we were pretty comfortable. Leicester didn't really look threatening. They were just doing aerial balls, and Maguire, Lindelof, Matic, Pogba, they dealt really well with them from set pieces and open play. The only real threatening thing was Damari Gray. That was it. Like Damari Gray, he looked a bit okay. He might do something, but it was relatively comfortable. And
the geezer who put the free kick in the stands. Is that
no. Just he had one where he cut inside and shot. He actually he beat Williams down the right and put in a good ball in. And I think that's when, do you know when Harvey Barnes swiveled and shot, but he went straight to De Gea. So he caused a bit of. I know. He said that, Lewis. Okay, I respect it. I respect it still. Yeah, you did that. You did that sneakily there. You're getting better at that. Well
I'm a sneaky guy.
No. But yeah, like I was quite worried about the game because obviously Leicester, they had a week's rest and we look really, really leggy. Like the last 3 games, our players look tired. Where I think when I was confident during the game because Leicester played into our hands, they didn't press us. So we were just comfortable. So if they pressed us, we wouldn't be able to dominate possession like that. So thank God for that. And yeah, we managed to put together a very good run since like February. And I feel like we've been the best team outside the main 2 since in that period. And it's shown. And we've been free flowing in terms of scoring goals. And we just managed to just nick it towards the end. But yeah.
Seb, thoughts?
Yeah, no, again, I think it was like a nothing game. I feel like the reason why Leicester didn't press us because I feel like they've been leggy as well as like a confidence issue. So they've been leggy and they've been down on confidence and they're probably thinking that we are looking for the counter attack. So that's why they probably didn't come out and try to press us. Again, I didn't think, I thought it was a nothing game. Everyone, I don't think anyone played like badly.
De Gea?
Luckily he didn't. He almost spilled.
I thought Rashford was bad, Seb.
You think it was bad? I feel like he just didn't do anything. I feel like he just didn't do anything. Like I feel like he should have obviously scored his chance where he faked the player and then whatever.
I don't begrudge him for not scoring. I begrudge him for not doing better. I actually thought that was actually a pretty good play by him. The way he faked the shot,
yeah,
it's just like he couldn't dig it out. I just think that I think he's another player that looks finished.
He's finished. Yeah, Rash is finished.
He's done.
Rash has been finished for time. Like he's been finished.
You know what? I think he's been finished since the Chelsea game. I think.
Yeah.
How long he played the whole Chelsea game, didn't he? Basically, like 80,
which he shouldn't have.
Minutes and that, which he shouldn't have. So I think since then he's been running on fumes really. So
Rashford, I begrudge him because he's had no injury. He had an injury. He's barely played. As he's been back, he's been quality in it. But like today, it's just like holding off the player just to get the ball, put the foot on the ball, which is
I don't think he had that, yeah. I feel like he played some good balls, but the thing is, one thing I've respected with Rashford, yeah, is when he's been playing rubbish post-lockdown, he still has created chances, and then like the players just haven't finished. Like I feel like
he's a top player, though.
He wasn't doing that before. He wasn't doing that before. Before, if he's having a bad game, it's just he's having a bad game and he's running off the pitch. But today, it's one of those ones where he's having a bad game, but he's still gonna create at least something, and that's what I expect.
His growth.
That's the bare minimum.
Growth as a player. I think that's his growth as a player. This is why you remember when we played Sutton and we took off a bad Pogba for Fred, and I was like, there is no need to take off that Pogba for Fred because he is still Pogba. He's still a player of a certain level, which means there will be a moment in the game where he does something that this Fred that's coming off, even forget this Fred coming on, Fred on his best day cannot recreate. And there's that's an intangible quality that you can't really put a price on. And as we saw when we compared the stats in terms of us just holding the ball, and when Pogba came off, when Bruno came off to when it was McTominay and Fred, it plummeted. And essentially for the last 5 to 10 minutes of that game against Sutton, all we were doing was holding off wave and wave of attack, which is why when you were saying Bruno should come off, as bad as he is, Seb, he again is a player who is capable of quality moments. And sometimes when you're having a tough game, you just need that top player to do one thing. Today, Greenwood won the ball high up the pitch for us. Martial then went through and he won us the penalty. But yeah, Rashford, even on his bad day, I'm expecting him to make something.
Yeah, but today, like a lot of the performances recently, and we were discussing the group chat Pogba, a lot of it, I know these men are tired, so I don't begrudge them. Like Rashford was finished today. Finished. Like usually, even if he's playing bad,
he's running around.
Yeah, he couldn't even stop who was that? I don't even know who the brother is.
Yeah.
My man, Leicester number 50. I'm getting the ball. It was like
Was
5.
that Justin? Was that Justin?
Justin, yeah.
One of them, man. I don't know. There's bare of them guys who've got like similar names, and they're just they've only just started playing recently. Obviously, another player that I don't know who actually got the official man in the match, but I saw something. Apparently, Bruno got rated some kind of man in a match. I thought he was really, really poor today. Minus.
That's your boy, though, no?
He was
My boy. I mean, listen, he's my boy because without him, you lot aren't making top 4. That's call a spade.
That's
true. That's true.
It's true.
You lot have him to thank a lot.
Well, I don't think so. I think we have Greenwood dug us out of difficult positions in matches. Martial carried us to a couple of games as well. Rashford had his clutch moments, and yeah, Pogba was half good, half average, and a little
half good.
I'm talking about across the whole period.
A quarter good.
No.
True. That's the way.
Cool. It was half good. And look how you're holding your drink as well, like a little.
He's such a sinister. He's so sinister.
Almost happy there. Almost happy.
You know my thing is, this is my thing, This is my thing, with you lot have invested so much time into your Martial, Pogba agendas that at this point, you've got too much skin in the game. You've built your whole reputation on this platform off that agenda. So for you to turn now would be damning. So you've got to put your stocks in a man that Martial...
How did he play today, Maro?
Who?
Pogba.
He was underwhelming.
Oh, call a spade, Moran.
No,
please.
I'm calling.
You are on this podcast, and you are loved for your objectivity.
And I'm being objective.
Now, start being objective.
Why would I stop? You're not going to berate me. You're not going to wine drunk me into dissing Pogba.
Well, it takes more than one glass to get me, son. Right? So if that's what you were planning on doing, all right. If that's what you were planning on doing, you've got a couple more glasses to buy me. All right.
You're not that cheap, I hear you. But no, he was underwhelming today. He was underwhelming today. I don't think he was as poor as you guys are making out. But I think the thing about Pogba is the name and the presence is so big and it's so domineering on the pitch that the minute that he has a couple of bad moments, I think he got out-muscled and a couple of sloppy moments, those will override and last in your memory more so than the times when he shows moments of quality. And when I'm watching games with you, Lewis, you're very loud about his mistakes.
Yes, I am.
You're
very quiet on the other hand. You're very quiet.
No, I'm not. Because you know me, I love a challenge. I love a 50-50 with Lewis Rowland. I love a 50-50 with Lewis Rowland. So when he
put my government name out there. Put my government name out there. Edit that bit out.
You have to. You didn't actually have to admit that was your government, to be honest.
Yeah,
but yeah, anyway.
I mean, it sounds too obvious to not be my government. It's like
Lewis was like, "Oh, you edit it out, but it's live on YouTube."
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's only a few hundred, and these guys are loyal to the soil. But back to Pogba, his failures are shouted, and when he does well, it's whispered. So I think for you, he had a couple of dodgy moments in the first half, and those
stuck by who?
Pogba. And those stuck in your. But I think he was okay. Like this, you said, his legs are gone, man.
Yeah, like this is what's so annoying because so in the group chat, so everyone's flames all of them, man. They're bums. Dr. Leroy, them, they're like, oh, when the players are top quality, this is not okay. Bro, I've watched games when Tony Kroos has played exactly the same. Coming to get the ball, keeping it short, lose the ball a couple of times. It happens, bro. Like, not everybody's Iniesta, bro. Like, don't lose the ball for the whole game. You lost the ball here and there. It happens. It's not.
He was losing it to Hamza Chowdhury.
Hamza Chowdhury's a big brother, you know.
Definitely not.
that guy that kick ball, that guy was a driller. He'll be a driller, 100%.
Hamza Chowdhury done one thing, he was halfway through, I think Leicester were attacking and they were halfway through Man United's half. And then he just volleyed it back to Schmeichel, fam.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
I was so baffed. What a driller that guy.
Soonest guy.
But yeah,
back to Pogba. So I think
Rolls Royce.
We said, what are you saying that in jest though, Ellis?
No. He's a player.
Lewis, don't smile because if we talk about certain guys still.
We're gonna talk about them, but all in all, the man them are tired. We held our slaps against Chelsea. Hopefully, Chelsea go and slap up you lot just to make my season complete. But yeah, we managed to squeak it through. A nice
amazing.
There's one point we were minus 20 in terms of goal difference behind Leicester.
And 14 points behind.
And now we finished above Leicester by 4 points, and we've got a better goal difference of them by
+2.
+4.
+4. That's
Yeah,
it.
minus
Come on,
50,
bro.
minus 4.
That's
Oh,
a hell
yeah.
of a run. That's a hell of a run.
Hell of a run, bro.
18
He's
point,
a bum.
18 point, 18 points and 24 goal difference swing. So that just shows the run we've been on. And
That's amazing.
So does that mean? Are you giving Ollie his credit? And
That's
his
what I was
due?
going to say. Is
No.
that
He has to.
That's the players.
He has to.
That's the
Nah,
players.
but
That's the
but
players.
that's
That's the players.
that's
So
credit
That's the
though,
play.
man.
Listen. When you look at
players, the
it's
players.
the players. When since lockdown, yeah.
But
Since
look at the
lockdown,
run though.
Yeah. The run's been great, but we did the majority of this work in this lockdown period.
Mm.
We had 3 big tests, or let's say 4 big tests.
Mm.
Spurs, Chelsea, Southampton, and West Ham. Yeah, these were the 4 teams who we went into these games and we were like, Spurs because it was our first game back, but the other 3 because we're like, okay, they've played kind of decent and they're able to expose certain weaknesses that we have. He was unable to adjust and put his players in the best position in any of those games to carry the day. So we've accepted our players have gone out and won all the games when they've been clear of the other team and the other team haven't adjusted tactically to try and compensate for that gap in difference. This is what we've been talking about. Me, you, Disu, Meads, Ellis, Lewis. But when we talk about coaches and fans bring it down to strictly being a results game, there is more than that. It's more than that. And sometimes it's not necessarily about just, okay, we won. How did you win? How did you win? How did you adjust to difficult situation? A lot of games was just individual quality. Players have dug it out of the mud.
It had to be that though. It had to be that because again, as a big issue that we've been speaking about is squad depth. We literally couldn't rotate. It's not a thing that Ollie wanted to play the same 11 every single game. It's the fact that we actually had no option to. Like the gap in quality between the first team players and the players on the bench is massive. So
Agreed.
once you start rotating and start, tinkering or whatever, you've already fucked yourself because we tried to rotate.
I didn't even talk about rotating though. I'm talking about his tactics and approach. When teams are able to
his tactics been swag, man.
When teams are able, if teams are able to just do one thing and that takes us out of every single game essentially, and our manager is sitting on the sideline on his big computer watching it every single match. How can you tell me to rate him? How can you tell me? Our players are digging us out of the mud in these games.
To be honest, as well, you lot have been calling for Greenwood to start more games, and
finally
did.
That's a fact.
I said in July, I said Greenwood should start. I said
That's offending.
So he's only really been doing things that he was supposed to be doing anyway, right? Like you guys realize that, Matic, although he is done, he was probably still the best out of the rest.
In the holding midfield.
Except Seb, don't you start agreeing with me, Seb.
I did. What are you talking about?
Don't start agreeing with me.
What are you talking about?
Come on. In Ollie's defense, the club also let him down because Ollie's like, I want another midfielder, I want a striker, We lost out on Haaland. We couldn't get a right winger in. We couldn't get another central midfielder. We didn't get Bruno Fernandes. And Bruno Fernandes should have been in there since September.
So
when Pogba gets injured and when Martial gets injured and Rashford gets injured, and you have no squad depth. Yeah, you lot sold Lukaku. You got rid of Sanchez. You brought nobody in. You sold Fellaini. You lost Herrera. Got nobody in. Did you get? So they let Ollie down in that regards. But at the end of the day, as Mario says, adjustments, bro. When teams stopped us, and the first signs was, what game was it? I think it was Brighton, because Brighton played, Brighton. Even though we beat them 3-0, Brighton played 2 up front, and they made it more difficult for us to get the ball into Pogba and Matic in the middle third. I said, this is a bit of a problem. And then
Bournemouth did it. Looked a bit techie. Southampton came with vengeance. And then, man, I'm like, oh, what? We're going to see a whole flow bar for fucking bar, bruv. So West Ham did it to us. We created 1 chance against West Ham. Chelsea did it to us. We created 0 chance against Chelsea. And we saw no adjustments. Okay, are we going to go long or are we going to switch the formation? No, we should keep on doing the same thing we're doing that gets us in trouble. So Ollie deserves credit for the fact that all the players look really happy. All the players love him off. The fact that the attack is full of confidence right now. So he gets credit for that. Having faith in Greenwood, even though I don't think you should get credit because it's fucking night and day between him and other guys.
James,
but end of the day,
James can't even get on the pitch now.
End of the day, I'm sorry.
What we've been saying.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, you don't get credit for Martial, Rashford, and Greenwood playing one touch and around the box and banging it. Like that's just quality, bro. He didn't teach them to do that.
No, I feel like he definitely had an input in Lewis. He definitely had an input in in regards to the strikers and stuff like that and the type of things that Martial's doing. So again, Martial coming back here and just I've been so impressed, man. so impressed with his number 9 play. Just like, it's not even about the goals, which is obviously impressing me or whatever. It's
But
just
even
holding
today,
up the
again,
ball. It's the
he's a
nasty stuff.
presence.
Being
He's a
nasty,
presence.
bruv. Yeah.
Because
Before he's getting moved up by Lascelles and all them man before, bruv.
Yeah, we're watching it today, and basically when United were trying to see out the game, he was winning the fouls, bro.
Fam, that's what I'm saying. All of that stuff.
Bro, you know how important that is? That gives you respite. It stops the pressure building, bro. You know what I mean? It stops the pressure. Because Leicester, at that point, I think Leicester were starting to try and get on top. Damari Gray was bubbling a little bit. And your defense was looking a bit shaky, I can't lie. So I think Pogba dropped in deep. I remember for some set pieces as well, he did some good defensive actions. So he was getting his body in the way. So people climb on top of him to get, so he wins the foul. So yeah, Martial definitely, in terms of his overall playing for the team, he did his thing today. 1,000,000%. He's definitely learning in that regard.
I think he's been United's, I think without a doubt, he's been United's best player post lockdown, because he's the one he's the only one that hasn't played crap in any game. He's been quality in every game. So yeah, I think we just got to hope for more consistency next year, and just I think the main thing for Martial is staying healthy. I think the consistency will come.
You speak about next year, so obviously there's quite a substantial gap. So you've got third now. So the next stage is obviously to push on and get closer to the two best teams. 81 points, you would expect more from them. So the gap to Man City is 15 points, and the gap to Liverpool is 33 points. Obviously, I don't expect Liverpool to have another season like they've had this season, but what do United need to do to like get to that to start closing that gap?
We need more quality in the squad.
We need more
quality. We need more quality in the squad.
And a new manager. Both.
Where though?
I think that the manager, we know he's not going to go. So if we just stay on the things that we know that can legitimately happen, we need to improve the quality in the squad. You said where, Lewis?
Centre back, right back, DM.
right back. Yeah.
I don't think we need a right back. I feel like Lerd can take over Wan-Bissaka in certain games. So like Lerd will be
if you need a goalkeeper, I've got Emi Martinez. If you need a right back, I've got Ainsley Maitland-Niles. You can have both of them.
Please.
70 mil for both.
Man. For us, I think with the way things are, and I think everything we're hearing, Sancho's gonna be our big push at this transfer window. My goal is for us to not do what we've done in previous windows and spend the whole summer chasing this one player and get very little else done. If you're gonna get Sancho, pay what they want and just get it done. And just eat it and then just get it done. Innit? If he ends up being a success, nobody goes back and starts talking about how much players cost. That only gets brought up when a player fails to deliver. Yeah, cool. So once you've got Sancho in, that's improved the quality of your attack, which we already know is pretty potent. But then, like you were saying, Meads in the Discord, we've got goals in the attack. At times, if Pogba's not on song, if Bruno's not on song, you're looking around for who's going to create. Sancho, we know that he's a top class creator. Cool. Then Matic, as good as he's been, there is the other side of Matic, which is if he plays too many games in a row, his legs go. Yeah, his legs go. Jesse, you've been a big fan of Douglas Luiz at Aston Villa. They've stayed up now, so they're probably not going anywhere. But we need a defensive midfielder.
Tell them, bro. You don't have 12 months coming to your game.
We can't get Douglas Luiz because he's a City player, innit?
Oh, so, still City, yeah.
Yeah, so City have first refusal and
they have first refusal
and a buyback.
That only matters if he wants to go there. For example, like Mees could tell you about Bogart. Chelsea had that on Bogart. He doesn't want to go there. He's like, no, I'm not doing it.
Nah, he did. That's the thing.
You lot didn't bid, right?
Yeah, Chelsea had bigger plans. That's what it was, ultimately.
But I think also it will be expensive. I feel like, someone says he also doesn't have a work permit as well. So
how's he here?
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
No, do you know what? Basically, the criteria for getting a work permit, he doesn't pass it. The reason he passed it for Villa is because they played so much for him, and it was kind of like he's coming in to be a key player for us. So because of that, they were able to appeal and he got his work permit. But for us, he wouldn't be coming in under the same criteria, so it makes it much more difficult for him to necessarily. 500 bands. There's a DM at Espanyol that Reams was talking about earlier, who obviously Espanyol have been relegated. Yeah, he's been relegated.
To me, he looks like Xhaka with a little bit more mobility.
That's it.
That's good enough.
Okay,
that's good enough.
With a little bit more mobility.
Okay, so hold on.
Bit.
So wait, Lewis, if Xhaka's mobility is 5, how much is Rocker's?
6.
Nah. We off that. But anyway, yeah.
I don't know. To be fair, I haven't seen much of him. I haven't seen much of him.
Bring me Partey after Partey.
Yeah, Partey is a shout as well.
Partey.
We need a-
Partey after Partey.
Garner said he's ours, mate.
So we need a DM.
And I'm not being funny, but I trust him. You know, I trust.
That's a Chalet Sports.
I don't know about you.
The source is actually Partey's dad, so you might be right. So we need a DM. We need a DM.
The Rupert Murdoch of Ghana.
Of West Africa, if you would. So we need a DM. Then we need another central midfielder. Cool. So then we've got
Grealish, hopefully.
3 players have come in. I think we are scared shitless of our back two. Yeah.
Jesus.
Lindelof is the stronger of the two. Bailly, like I was saying again on the Discord, I'm done with Bailly. Like, he's got all this raw ability, but this is season 5. It's either an injury or it's either coming on to do an absolute madness. So I think we have to put the Bailly thing to bed and move on to find another strong centre back. Maguire's going to be our starter. So really, even though Lindelof is better, we're talking about somebody who can come in and help Maguire. So we've got a DM who protects what's in front of him, and he's got a centre back partner who also protects him. I think we're going to have another season of Luke Shaw. And that's it. So I think those 4 additions, Henderson, innit? Henderson, we got Henderson in the top. We don't talk too much. Why are you shaking your head, sir?
I don't think he's good enough for you, look, man.
No, I think he's a young keeper who's going to make mistakes because he's never played on this level.
But I'll take that.
Is that what you need now?
That's not what you need now. But again, you have to look
what
at it
we
over the
need
long
is
term.
probably just to hold the ball to own net like the hair. That's what we need.
What you have to look at it is that
Emmy is available, lads. Yeah.
Fuck off, man. Fuck off. What you have with Henderson is a young keeper who's going to make mistakes, but is going upwards. He's improving. Yeah. De Gea is a keeper whose best days are clearly behind him, and he's so much lacking in confidence that I said it a Morgan, I think. Whenever he comes into the shot, I'm nervous. I think there was a couple times today like he should have just.
There was one shot that was the worst scuff shot.
It made no sense.
Is that the one where Vardy came in? Is that the one when Vardy came in and tried to
him? Yeah.
Yeah. So we
were doing the Discord and we were just like in disbelief. How have you managed to spill it? It was rolling 1 mile an hour and you managed to drop the ball.
I think those 5 additions, those 5 additions improve us. And the other positions we still do need improvements in, but I think we just have to wait for next summer for that.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about Leicester, because Leicester were at one point second in the league, right? And I know it was pretty early in the season, maybe like 14 games in, just before the Christmas period, I think. But obviously, it's quite a damaging blow that since lockdown, they've just, even before lockdown, really, they've really capitulated. I don't know what their form is, but I don't think they've won more than a couple games.
I mean, you're the host. You should have those stats on deck.
Yeah, for me,
sorry, Miranda, would you have had that? Would you?
Yeah. Come on.
I've been watching Leicester since I think ever since people were saying like Maddison is one of the top players in the league and stuff. So I was watching them, because I was having that.
As you do.
So yeah, of course, agendas and stuff. And yeah, generally they've been quite poor.
Sorry, Meads, just before you land. What? Just before you land, Meads, sorry, Leicester have won 3 games since lockdown. So 3 out of their 10 games.
Yeah. And like the thing is with Leicester, since Pereira got injured, they've been a shadow of themselves. And Pereira adds so much dynamism and creativity from the right back position. It is crazy. I know a lot of people talk about Trent, and Trent is a very, very good attacking player or attacking fullback. But the level of dynamic play that comes from Ricardo, right, is insane. And you've got a player like Justin who just isn't of the level of a Prem player, period, let alone one that is of a team that's trying to vie for the Champions League places. So they missed him massively because a lot of creativity comes from there. Maddison can't create by himself and do it all by himself. Tielemans tends to flatter to deceive in a lot of occasions during the season. They've got Prayet, who I don't really rate because every time I watch him play, he plays poorly for Leicester, and Leicester don't generally do well. So they've missed a lot. And Vardy has been netting. His goals have come in bursts. this season.
He went a long way without scoring one, didn't he?
He went about 9 games without scoring a goal, which
even more impressive that he's won the Golden Boot.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing with Vardy, if he doesn't score, the rest of the team ain't scoring. I know Iosi Perez started pretty decently his Leicester career, but
30M for that guy. Sorry, Meads. Nasty.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. He's a talented player, but I think a lot of money's been spent on him, and I'm not convinced. It's not even a guy. I think he's good.
He's got Jacobs.
He's got 8 goals this season, though. He's got 8 goals this season.
I think he's a talented player.
Am I meant to rate that?
Nah, 8 goals. Okay.
I think that's decent.
One less than Firmino.
Yeah, but
you know how I feel.
Firmino's garbage, though. Firmino's
but then again, Perez plays wide. Perez
your mouth.
Perez ain't playing up top. He ain't playing up top. You know what I mean? He ain't playing up top. He's playing out wide. You get me?
It's because he's not eating. It's because he's not eating. He's not playing up top. He's not playing up top because he's not eating. Because if he was eating, there's
only room for a true eater, isn't it?
I hear you.
Well, how much has Pepe got though? Is he more than Pepe?
I think Pepe's got
more than Pepe. Everyone at this point's got more than Pepe.
Quick question, Lewis. I don't want to digress too much because we're focusing on Leicester for a second. But,
so should we stick on Leicester then, shall we?
For now.
Yeah, quick. Okay, I'll how many goals did Harvey Barnes score?
Go on. Harvey Barnes has got 6.
How many goals did Pepe get?
I think Pepe's got 5.
Got 5 and a penalty as well. What about assists?
Goal's a goal, innit?
Pepe the creator, So how many assists did Pepe get?
6 or 7.
6, I think, or 7. Yeah,
six,
I think.
Couple from corners, yeah. What about Harvey Barnes?
Harvey Barnes got 8. Yeah. My shocking when he came on today, by the way.
I mean, he wasn't great. He wasn't great, but
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
At this point, I've dropped all my Pepe stocks. I might jump on
Nah,
Harvey Barnes.
No, you can't.
Hey, listen, if you lot can accept Seb into the 9 a.m. club, then you can accept me. Yeah, you can accept me, all right? Because I'm not having that.
Hey, listen.
And if you don't, I'll be having you lot for racial discrimination if you don't.
You know why I can't, yeah? It's because of the Vim. It's the Vim. It's the Vim in which you spoke about Pepe.
Please, remember that conversation.
The Vim! The Seb! What? How much more Vim could you have than Seb?
Remember the Vim. Okay, hold on. Remember? No, wait. We'll get into Seb. Don't worry. But he provides us for the liquor. You? Vibes. Listen. Because Lou, you were getting angry when I said that Pepe would do well to be like a Solomon Kalou. He's about that level.
I'm not getting angry. I just thought it was bizarre.
And now?
Yeah, and now?
It's not bizarre.
Hey, if we're in a conversation, yeah, and shout out, what's his name? Antoine or Antonio, I can't remember his name.
Don't really record his name.
Yeah. We had a conversation about Pepe Le Pew, and we had a conversation about Martial and Rashford. And Lewis and Anton were adamant.
No, just Anton, really.
No, wait.
I was just backing my boy. Do you know what I mean? He's my boy sometimes. I was just backing him. Sometimes. He put himself in a bit of a pickle. All right, now what I do, my friends, when you put yourself in a pickle, is you help him out. All right, and that's how I was trying to get him out. That's what I was doing.
I'm trying to understand this. Was it the discussion about technique and?
Yeah. So first of all, Lewis was like,
I don't know what Anton was talking about.
Lewis was the main protagonist. Lewis was like, he's getting in Rashford and Martial. So I bet about what? He's like, creativity and scoring goals. I said he just bang bare penalties. He's like, look at me. And then Lewis was telling me about all the goals Pepe scored in France and how Martial didn't score in France. I said, okay, cool. We'll see what happens in ends. You get? We'll see what happens in ends. At this point in time, Pepe had less numbers than Daniel James, but we won't go there, innit? Mm-hmm. So boom.
We can't go there.
In comes Mikel Antonio Stevenson, and he comes in and is like, yeah, Pepe's got better tech, car beeping, seatbelt off, no seatbelt down, Pepe's got better tech than Martial, Martial can't lace the ball, Anton had to concede 1 week later. But the thing is, Lewis has got too much pride, bruv. His face gets red.
Listen. Defund Lewis, man. Defund Lewis.
I ain't mad at it.
Anyway,
Lewis is the
can
best.
we get back to Leicester?
Just to conclude, fast forward. Martial Rashford, 22 goals, 10 assists each, or something like that. Pepe, 8 goals, 9 assists.
75 million.
Quiet,
bro.
And what's mad is that some Arsenal fans are actually calling it a good season, doing that compilation.
Because they're doing that GA thing.
It's a bit crazy.
The thing is,
even I can't get behind it. He's been poor. He's been poor. If I'm objective, unlike Mariah, so I can call a poor season, a poor performance, and I can call it poor. So if you ask me how's Pepe been, poor. I won't say he's been underwhelming. Yeah, I think that was the words that you used, Mariah. I won't say.
Listen. Remember,
he's been poor. He hasn't been worth the 72 million, and neither has Pogba for 80 million. Lewis,
listen. I listened to and watched the Ebony and Ivory episode of Touchy Gooners. So
right.
you're reps in the mud in terms of being a top red. So go on, Meads, talk to them.
Because Anton told you so.
Just back to Leicester.
Ellis, back to Leicester.
You've kind of gone through this. I know you've got your glory now, but you've gone through your PTSD. When you're watching what happened with Leicester, I guess you had a bit of PTSD from what happened at Liverpool. You know,
the Copland boys told you, the Copland boys.
Yeah,
told you.
So you kind of felt that. You felt that was happening today.
Yeah, man, vindication, because he does his thing. Yeah, man, vindicated. He does this thing where
I can't believe Ellis is holding his mic like this. Sorry, it's killing me.
He doesn't know what to do with his hands. He doesn't know what to do with his hands. He doesn't know what to do with his hands.
Man's in a pen, man, can't talk too loud.
You man, the gov's coming.
Hold on.
Hey man, these screws are always reading my mail, man.
Fucking
screws, right? No, but you see, Brendan Rodgers, he's a great coach. As you can see from the first half of the season, he coached Leicester very well. They were playing great football, but then it gets to his head and he starts losing. He starts doing bare different stuff, starts changing stuff. I think Leicester ended up playing 3-5-2, trying to accommodate the lack of creativity because of Noel Pereira and Maddison. His management for me is a bit off.
Ellis, talk into the mic actually, because you are actually quite low.
See, that's what I was doing. Look at
Yeah. All right, my bad.
Cause confusion. I defund Lou for real, man.
My bad. I don't understand why you have a mic that doesn't work if it's
it works. We can't hear you.
10 centimeters away from your face. But
it works, but you can't hear me.
Stop buying them mics.
You can't hear me, brother.
Stop buying them mics from Lidl, bruv. Stop buying them headphones from Lidl. Buy some proper ones.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm getting correspondence in from Antoine. He's saying to me, hold on. Mason Mount, Jack Grealish, and Bruno Fernandes, who came in January, have got better numbers than £80 million Pepe.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, Mason Mount.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, you got that bet.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to high up. But now you brought it there. Let's have a discussion. So I seem to recall, I think it was early doors. I think it was September.
Live show.
Yeah, about September.
Okay, that one, yeah.
About September, certain Lewis, boyish, a couple of free kicks from Nikolai Pepe. He was like, "Oh yeah, he'll get the numbers. I said, "Oh, Lou, how much do you think Pepe is going to score?" He said, "Oh, I think 12 goals." I said, "Oh, okay." I already knew. I said, "Okay, you probably get around 8 max because first season he's not going to get the penalties that stat padded him in France. It's a tougher league. You're going to have a year of adaptation, and it's just not that great, in my opinion." So Lewis's estimation of a 12, even though for £72 million, it's quite a bit. It's not really. I mean, for £72 million, you're expecting more than 12 goals. But hey, forget it. So he managed less than half of that.
Wait, hold on. Did this go glow up? What the hell? Hold on.
What's happening?
He casually went to his wardrobe, went to pull out the Gucci hat and the glasses. Yeah, man puts the hat on, wipes the glasses. I just casual, not even introduce himself again. Just comes and sit down like Nothing happened.
Hey, could the court please note that the T is also Gucci?
Yeah, okay. But man, I've been killing them for 4 weeks in a row. Are you mad?
The t-shirt,
4 weeks in a row.
and the hat. I respect it, man.
You see that? You see that appearance on the main pod last week with the green denim? Are you mad? you know, I'm mid convo. And you know, with Zoom, the person doesn't just pop up. They kind of like glimmer in. So he's not there. It's like.
Nothing heavy, man.
Proper tart. This is a proper tart.
After you.
I've actually got tears in my eyes.
We don't talk too much, though. We don't talk too much. Man fully went to the wardrobe, just casual. Didn't even black out the screen, Just fully went to the wardrobe. Where am I going?
What's the Yoruba word for tart? What's the Yoruba word for tart?
I'm embarrassed. This is like
I ain't seen nothing. I ain't never ever seen you act like this before. I ain't never ever seen you act like this before.
Oh my goodness.
Someone on YouTube said this is running around like he hush pappy.
I just fully got up and went to increase the drip. Nah, man.
Fucking hell.
Anyway, Means, go on, continue dragging me about Pepe.
Back to the Pepe. So yeah, we talked about productivity, and I was like, yeah, Mason Mount was on a decent run of form at this point in time, and I said, I bet you any money Mason Mount outperforms Nikolai Pepe. Lewis was like, I don't really know. He's got a head start. I said, this is your £72 million signing. What's happening? So obviously,
Mason did have a head start, didn't he? All right.
He had a little one. So then
a little one. It was like a 7. It was like a 7 goal.
No.
That's right. I took the bet. It's right.
Lewis was confident. He said, okay, you know what? Pepe's going to do it.
I gave you an advantage in all of our bets, by the way.
Oh, nasty you. That's because you thought you were going to do it.
I got a little bit too confident, Aubameyang's been winning me a bit too much money.
Boys, quickly. Roy Hodgson has said that, Zaha wants to leave, and BBC are hearing 40 million.
Well, good for him, because he's going to be staying at Palace for the rest of his life.
No, somebody's going to grab for 40 million, fam.
I'd grab him.
For 40? United should take him. 40 million, take it.
40 million, he's 28.
It's 28.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's 2
Give us 5 good years.
I'm not sure I would take him for 40 million.
5 years from him, bro.
Is he a better deal than Pepe?
5 years.
Is he a better deal than Pepe?
Yeah, probably.
Not probably, he is.
But at 28, and you're putting him on big money,
he's right.
I don't think that's.
I feel like not every player. It depends where your team is.
Exactly. You guys are in a different position to us. I don't think we can afford to pay 40 million on someone that's.
Who's in their prime now? Yeah.
And Zaha is not going to give us he's not going to give us goals. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think
unless his ankles ran out of battery, I'm fucking dead.
Let's talk on Chelsea though.
Yeah,
let's talk Chelsea.
Somebody could read Red Table Talk with Lewis. Sorry, I need to come off his comments. They're fucking killing me.
A Red Table Talk with Lewis. Entanglement. Lewis's entanglement with Pepe, yeah?
Lewis dropped him out. He dropped him out. Done him like August, bro.
Means you've obviously secured top 4 today by beating Wolves. Obviously you still finished behind Man United, but still a decent season for Lampard, no?
No, that's all right. I mean, I think it's a decent season for us, If you think about it, we lost our best player. I don't want to give the sub stories and that, but we lost our best player.
It's true though. It's a fact. Not sub story, it's a fact. And you can replace him.
Lost Eden Hazard. Obviously, we had Kante injured for a lot of the season. Transfer embargo, we couldn't replace him. I think Lampard's done a great job, really and truly. I think he's done a fantastic job, especially, and this is his second year in management period. First season in the top flight. Yeah, I think Lampard's done a complete madness, and he could top it all off by winning the FA Cup, but that is not even necessary. What he's done so far has been incredible, for being completely honest. It's been very, very good. I think he could have done it a lot. I think we could have got top 4 a lot sooner. I think a lot of his decisions, well, not a lot, but a couple of his decisions have been a little bit funny, especially if you look at it in hindsight and even in the time. But today was a good, solid performance. I feel like, again, having a relatively okay-ish keeper helped us a lot in terms of defensive solidity, because they just seem to be focused on their jobs rather than being worried about what's going on behind them still. So, yeah, today was a decent performance. Mason Mount, come up clutch to win the bet. Delicious.
Hey, that free kick though.
That was nice. He's apparently scored one like that 10 years ago.
Top bins. But the thing with Mount, he's always had like a very good striking technique. But obviously, whilst Williams on the pitch, Alonso's on the pitch, he doesn't really get much chance to take a free kick. But I think this time, because it was more to the left side, he took it off of Alonso and bent it top corner, quality free kick, man. Again, I think that Patricia almost got there though. So again, a keeper that tries to attempt to dive and save. I mean, they're trying at the very fucking least. That certain keepers don't dive at all, bro. So yeah, it was a decent performance today. But I do feel like we could have got top 4 locked in a lot sooner, man. A lot sooner. The decision to pound Giroud, I guess, to the mountains for a number of months was a bad decision. But he's brought him back in. Giroud scored 7 goals in 8 games since the restart.
That's like his best ever form of his life, bro, since Montpellier days, bro.
Yeah. So he's
probably better than that as well.
Yeah, he's been great, honestly. And he offers a presence up front, but also he's getting the chances and he's tucking them away. I think, again, we never really had Giroud down as a clinical striker, and even now he still misses chances, but he's been tucking them in when it really matters, which is wild. And that second goal settled us down quite nicely. And yeah, Wolves didn't really have a sniff at all.
Really? Yeah. So, how was Pulisic?
Pulisic was poor, to be honest. I feel like this was probably one of his poorest games. In fact, it kind of takes me back to how I watched him early in the season. Like, he was quite timid, but he might have been tired, but he was quite timid. He wasn't aggressive in his play. His passing was sloppy. His carrying was quite sloppy, quite loose. But ultimately, I think he's done enough. Or he's got quite enough equity with not necessarily his performances, but in terms of moments, because he's gotten, really and truly, he has gotten us to this position in a sense that he's got us into the top 4 with a lot of his production. So
I think him and Giroud, I think you were definitely deserving of top 4 for the season. You've been in and around there, but I think him and Giroud post lockdown have really carried you when sometimes you looked a bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like the things with Pulisic, yeah, the one thing I've noticed about him, he isn't in the game often. I feel like he flutters in and out of the game, and a lot of people say that about like Salah, where Salah will be active in regards to scoring goals, and when it comes to getting chances, he's quite dangerous. But general playing the game, I feel like he's not really always at it, and that's one of my main gripes about him. But he's still only 21. He could probably grow into that and become a little bit more aggressive and a bit more active in the game. But whilst you're putting up the numbers when it matters, it's hard to really argue, with him. But he can still definitely improve. So he weren't great today, but it is what it is, man. We got the win. And I think today wasn't even about performances too much. You shouldn't.
Facts.
Really, truly, today wasn't about performances. Today was really about getting a job done and ultimately shaping the destiny of the club. And I think that kind of applies to United as well. You know what I mean? Because I was watching both games and I felt like there was a lot of tension, but once the goals went in, there was like a sigh of relief and everyone was quite a little bit more composed. But these games weren't about performance. It was about getting the results and making sure that the futures of our club, it moves in a way that we want it to. Like, obviously, Champions League brings an extra £60 million each. We know what it does in terms of bonuses for Manchester United to their sponsorship. So I know that Chelsea probably have clauses like that in their free sponsorship. So all of that matters. All of that, when you're playing at the top end of football, all of this stuff, these small margins matter, especially during Corona. And
furthermore, the loss of gate receipts.
All of our finances are mashed. So these things matter. For like a Leicester or Wolves, if they got top 4, it's like a bonus because they're not anticipating that type of money. Whereas Chelsea, United, even Spurs to an extent, they gamble quite heavy on this kind of money. So it was a great day for us still. And it was great. It's almost great vindication for Frank Lampard, and the club, even Roman Abramovich, for bringing him to the club, because we had Sarri, we lost Hazard, but he got rid of Sarri to bring in a young, inexperienced manager to guide us through this crazy situation.
I'm sorry, he finished in the top 4. He got to the cup final. He also won the Europa League, so it was a big decision. And also, I think what's vindicated him is that you're seeing the fruits of your labor in terms of the amount of money you've invested in your youth players, because you're seeing them actually play. And also, I think this Chelsea team is the most exciting since like Carlo's teams. Like for me personally, like they're actually fun to watch. Like they play attacking football. It's a type of style that I'm pretty sure Roman is happy and the Chelsea fans are happy about. Like you're seeing actually offensive-minded football. Like you're not seeing some boring possession for no reason, like under Sarri at times, or more pragmatic under Conte and Jose Mourinho. So yeah, like, I think Lampard, I can't lie, I thought Lampard will be out of here by maybe this December coming, but he's done his thing still. He's done his thing. I'm still watching though.
Couple dodgy months, and this is right back in that wardrobe.
No, you forget what this was saying. You forget what this was saying. On day 1, he said every goal went in, his tie got a little bit looser. So, fam, after that result, he dropped out the receipt still.
Meads, I noticed you kept a clean sheet today, which hasn't been of regular occurrence for Chelsea this season. And there was one, maybe coincidence, I don't know, but one admission from the side who Lampard has continued to play this season.
If I speak, I'll be in big trouble.
I don't think he should avoid criticism for the persistence in playing Kepa.
But bro, listen, if I speak, they'll say I'm scapegoating. This youth, I've been saying for the longest time, even under Sarri, I said this youth ain't it. I said this youth is scary. He is a proper from game 1 against Arsenal. I remember a Mkhitaryan shot, left fucking foot. He got a hand to it, full hand, and didn't save it. I couldn't believe my eyes. I said, nah. I said, this
Poppadom hands.
Yeah, bro, it's embarrassing. And like
Poppadom hands.
Yeah, you're not cultured like me, Mariah. You don't like Indian food, no?
I just don't think that's an accurate description. But continue.
Poppadoms they're like crispy. They're like when
I know exactly how a poppadom works.
Oh, okay.
I think chocolate wrist would have maybe worked better.
Well, I thought that was a bit too cliche. I like to be authentic and original. Yeah.
All I gotta say is, if Kepa plays today, I'm certain we're conceding 2 goals. I'm certain. There were 2 moments. There were 2 moments. Yeah, I swear there was 2 moments. Yeah, Caballero made a fantastic save in the first half, like end of the first half. I'm like, nah, Kepa he lets that in. He lets it in, bro. And
that was straight down the middle, bro, man. Allow it, man.
If you go on the timeline, look, I tell you, I kid you not, Kepa will transpire, and he'll do anything, and a goal will happen, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. I remember last season against Wolves, Jimenez banged it straight at him. It went through his legs. Like, and he not even his legs, it went through his arm. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? He's just not a good keeper. He's not a good keeper. It's not his fault.
Scary still.
Ultimately, we paid £72 million for a dud. It's not his fault. But thank God this is his last game. I'm praying to God because Lampard don't want him. Lampard deserves 1,000,000% criticism because Caballero came in and he was all right. It wasn't fantastic, but he was all right. He looked a lot more assured than Kepa. And he put Kepa back in after a clean sheet where he didn't have to make a fucking save. Mate. Anyway, it is what it is.
Man said send Kepa to the G League. I am dead.
Bro, he got to go. He has to go.
Kepa's entire upper torso and limbs are made of paper mache.
Oh, you like that one, but not the Poppadom one, Mariah.
No.
Yeah, the Poppadom was lazy. It was lazy.
Nah, he's terrible. He's fucking terrible, bro. It's scary. So, yeah, the clean sheet was welcome. And again, like I said before, having a solid keeper definitely impacts and influences, your keeper's, your defense's performance. So yeah,
you're not back in the market for one then this summer, yeah?
1,000,000%.
Bro, you can't end this off us, you know?
Nah, we might aim higher still. You got that Champions League money, you can aim Just get it off like yeah, I mean,
talking of teams that do not have Champions League money,
Yeah.
or Europa League money, mind you, I might add.
Yeah.
This is when I wake up.
we just have
Where's my glasses, blood?
Arsenal Twitter were in hysterics today because we've earned the extra 5.4 million for finishing in 8th. So you know that'd be a nice welcome bonus to go to our.
That's what 4 or 5. What's that? 4 or 5 months of Özil's wages, yeah.
Yeah, 4 or 5 months of wages, or you know, maybe a third of Pepe's next year installment. You know, it'll go to good things, you know. So yeah,
use that carefully, man. That's the first.
Yeah, you talk to us. How do you feel a 3-2 win against Watford? You got to put the knife in Deeney, who's been quite critical of your team over the years. Yeah, talk us through it.
Well, I mean, I don't think Deeney's actually said anything wrong. I guess it's a bit funny that he is like got relegated, and you know, I think ever since that comment that he made, he's had like a bit of a stinker against us anyway. But I know he scored a penalty today, but yeah, I mean, the only thing I was interested in saying is whether Oba could secure me my bet win with Meads. Unfortunately, Giroud took that away from me, so. But
does that make it hurt? Does that make it hurt that bit more?
It makes it hurt even more.
Not really, because you know me, I'm a Giroud fan. You know,
worse.
World-class target man. Which you know,
world-class target man.
I mean, listen, he's come and rescued Chelsea season. So
facts. If we had Tammy, we'd be struggling. That's on God.
That's it. So
you don't get top 4 if you have Tammy.
I don't think so either. Giroud's come up clutch with some goals as well, you know, in some scrappy wins. So, yeah, so big up him. But yeah, I mean, as you guys know for a while now, I'm only really invested in Aubameyang. He's my only guy. I'm not going to turn on Aubameyang like I do with some of the others. You know, some of the other lads that I could feel a bit indifferent depending on the day. You know. Depending on day. Oh, and this guy as well in my Zoom background. You know, he's
Tobias.
Yeah, he's.
Have you confirmed the Remontada last few games still?
He has been not last few games. Yeah.
Since you've come back from lockdown.
Since we've come back from lockdown, he has been top draw, mate.
Top draw is a threat because I've watched those games.
Well, I've heard what you say about Pogba. So if you're
brother, you say top draw, brother.
We can extend it. All right, we can extend it to Danny.
Are we going to compare their performances?
I mean, if we want to compare the performances today, and Ceballos was not okay. All right, he was very good.
I've seen the games you said Ceballos is balling out. All I'm seeing is bare set in a circle like a dog. The dog gets a ball, just dribbles around in a circle. That's what man does. Knocks his slide away. Oh, I'm spamming.
He does the figures, yeah. I want to
see a Pogba good game. I tell you.
I want to laugh at that. But I love when midfielders go around in that circle just so they can see. So they can see what's going on. 360. So I can't knock it. I want to, but I can't.
A young little pirouette.
I lie.
Yeah, but yeah, they're the only two shining stars in that team. He started off right, actually. First half, he was okay.
Underwhelming, yeah.
Okay, wait. Is that Pogba okay or
no? I thought that was an okay, a Pepe okay.
What do you mean? What's a Pogba okay, blood? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
It's all relative, isn't it? Your Pogba okay is not the same as my Pogba okay.
What's a Pogba okay, blood? What?
Your Pogba okay is not the same as my Pogba okay, isn't it? So I guess we have different levels for the lad, yeah? Yeah, cheers indeed, yeah? Cheers indeed. But, yeah, I thought Pepe was all right. He was okay. He did a few bright things, and then second half was pretty anonymous, and he got taken off.
One minute.
According to you, lads, it wouldn't be a dragon. It wouldn't be a dragon because it happened in like the 72nd minute. So it wouldn't be a dragon. According to you, lads.
I hear you, Lewis.
Hey?
Couple man said
in my opinion, he wasn't playing well, and we were getting absolutely spanked by Watford in the second half. Like they had chance after Welbeck could have had about 4 goals in the
No, we couldn't have because it's Welbeck. Okay.
Well, that is a very good point.
Only money, remember, I bet 100 goals for Arsenal, £50. I want my.
I was telling him on that Discord, 100 goals, 100 goals for Welbeck.
Lewis is down like £1,000, bro.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm definitely
Lewis is
not down
like
£1,000.
you're moving like me last season, mate. I love to see it, man, because you was laughing at me last season. I love this. Is beautiful.
I won enough money last season to cover
this
all
is
my
beautiful.
debts
This is beautiful.
Last season made the most shame. Look at the agenda. Man's like, yeah, Salah won't get 10 goals. Aubameyang won't get 10 goals. Yeah?
Hey, listen, I've got to do it, man.
Bet him with his heart. Bet him with his heart.
I've got to do it.
That is rule number one of the gambling handbook.
Bet with your heart, yeah, is when Meads bet me Solanke will score more goals than Rashford. I did not know why he did that.
I was like, bro.
Man, them were eating off. Man, them were eating.
It's like eating late, though. It's like eating late. You get me? Like eating late.
Carry job, you know.
3 and 3, get me?
Man, we're eating off. Man, we're eating off Sevi for years, bro. Sevi was putting his heart. Sevi just goaded him into it. Just goaded him into it.
Did I have a bet with you as well?
No, you didn't, mate. You didn't have the balls.
Me?
Hey, what? Wait, what are you saying? What are you saying? Should we make a bet now for next season?
What? Go on, name the bet. Name the bet.
I bet, that Greenwood outscores Lacazette.
But I don't even know if Lacazette's going to be there.
If he's here.
No, I don't want that. I don't like Lacazette. Okay. Why would I take that? How about Greenwood and Aubameyang? How about that?
Hey, I might do it, bro.
God.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Greenwood and Rashford versus Aubameyang.
No way.
Why?
Absolutely no.
Hey yo, what, Lewis? I swear you thought that Martinelli's at Uta. So what? You're not having Martinelli?
Martinelli's not coming back until next year, bro.
Okay, sorry, bro. I just wanted to make sure.
Fucking hell, man. He's finished. His knee's gone.
Yeah, Lewis, make sure you send that money off on a cash app, man.
Yeah, I want my Welbeck money, Lewis. I want my Welbeck money.
Send that money on a cash app.
Listen,
that Welbeck money has to come now.
At this rate,
Welbeck is in a Campo. Allow it. Pay him. His money.
I don't know why I made that bet. I don't even remember that bet.
I remember it. I don't remember.
I don't think we made a bet. I just think I made a prediction and it came.
No, we made a bet because I was so excited. I only make bets that I know I have 100% chance of winning. That's the only thing I do.
I need receipts for that.
We'll find it. Don't worry, we can find it.
We've got the files, bro. We've got the archives.
All right, that's fine. If you got the archives, you can post it on Twitter. You can show everyone because I don't mind. I'll pay my dues, innit?
No, look, what I was right last time, you said Welbeck's career hasn't done. He might come back to Arsenal and play again.
He might. We need a striker. And on today's probably better than Lacazette. So, maybe he's done with Welbeck. He might come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really know what else to say about Arsenal, lads. If I'm being honest.
Does it hurt, Gaffer?
No, it doesn't hurt. I've been to rehab for a number of years now, so it doesn't hurt anymore. It's a pain that I've experienced for far too long.
You're numb to it.
I'm numb to it. Yeah.
You can't feel anymore.
No.
Let's chat to the champions. Go on,
Dennis. You got 30 seconds.
99 points.
Not quite 100.
What happened to Centurions? What happened to Invincibles? What happened to all of that stuff?
Oh no! I want to ask you something, Ellis. Let me ask you a question, Ellis. What's the deal with you lot posing with trophies won last season? With trophies won this season.
What's the holders?
That's a bit shameless,
until the final is played.
That's nasty, though, bro.
So the Champions League of 18-19 with the Premier League of 19-20.
It's nasty because you're out of the Champions League and you didn't win it this season. You're trying to basically combine 2 seasons to be that. Yes, that's what we're talking about. It's nasty. It's nasty.
Mariah, hold on.
Ellis.
I want you to Google UCL current champions and tell me what comes.
I know who they are. They won it last season.
All the wrong way, bro. You're going about all the wrong way. Don't worry about that, yeah?
Chat to me.
We've done this. You get me? Chelsea have done it shamelessly. United have done it shamelessly. Look, Ellis, bro, but don't goad into like we're goading you, bro, and you make it too easy for us. Look, just say
This is how you got in prison in the first place, Ellis. This is why you're behind bars, Ellis. You've been goaded into things, Ellis.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Say, we're being shameless. Fuck it then. Like, that's it. You don't need to do all this.
But you man know the vibe. But
yeah,
you know the vibe.
Then continue it, because right now it's fraudulent. I can't lie. You man do this.
I'm sorry. Them man posting by the trophy side by side is fucking nasty, blood. It's nasty.
Nasty.
Yeah.
It's nasty.
And guys,
you do what you want when you're popping.
I would have pammed them, but I saw on the Discord today still Chelsea did the same thing with the Europa League. I can't even. No.
When they won it, I think.
Oh, when they won the Champions League and then they did the Europa League. That was the famous agenda I've ever seen in my life.
I can't still.
Nobody wants to be in the Europa League. Nobody except Sevilla and then man want to be in the Europa League. Nobody wants to be in that competition.
You man.
We said we disagree. We can't relate to that kind of behavior.
I can't lie. I have to keep
We off that, man.
No. I've got a picture of
When the FA Cup, when the FA Cup, and then what's called and Wood was like, "Hey Rooney, you don't won the FA Cup before. Hey, take the trophy home, man. I'm even taking it."
For real.
I'm not gonna tell you right now. When we won the Champions League and the FA Cup, I laughed. I swear, we like, oh, John Obi, hold that. FA Cup, we said, hold that. We didn't even care. Hold that, John Obi. Yeah, the rest of the
take that back to Lagos, man.
I think the lid even fell off. The lid fell off the bus, bro. Have that, fam.
They didn't even get it. They didn't even go back.
Man, we used the FA Cup lid to cover the rice pot because they can't find the other lid.
It got run over. I swear it got run over. I swear down it got run over.
Man were cooking jollof in the FA Cup still.
When a new president's getting sworn in, he has to hold the FA Cup 16-17.
It's fuck it. It's shameless, yeah, but fuck it, man. Fuck it.
Might as well,
honestly.
99
you know what it is, yeah?
Boys done their thing.
The reality is, when you're a club that hasn't won stuff in a long time, like obviously Chelsea didn't win shit for very long, you have to be shameless with these things. Like you have to. You don't
know how long they're gonna come back.
Fam, you have to.
You don't know how long it's gonna come around again. Still.
And if we're being completely honest, Liverpool's last 2 years have been a fucking madness. Madness. Like 98 points last season, 99 points this season. The consistency in the league, obviously.
97 last season. 97 last season.
Nuts, bro. Nuts. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah,
they've done their thing, man. They've done all right.
It's very difficult not to, let them enjoy.
I hear you. So I got another question for you, Ellis. In terms of all-time great Premier League teams, where you putting this Liverpool team, and why? So give us your thought about it. Yeah. All right. Think about it now.
Carl Ellis.
I'm trying to be political. And I respect it.
Yeah. When you know what I'm beaten, you would have a hella talk about better than certain teams still. So you've been thinking about it all season, bro.
Listen, bro. If we went this season on from 99 points, you know what I'm saying? Like, who has got 99 points? Chat to me.
City got 100 still. So
yeah, that's only City can chat to us then, isn't it?
Yeah, but okay, you know what? What I can say is that I think the United team may have not won on points, but they scattered the league to the point where I think the last 5 games they weren't playing anyone serious. You feel me? They weren't playing anyone serious.
Like them, but we will spin their block though.
No, you wouldn't.
You reckon you spin the block of 08?
No, you wouldn't.
Spin their block.
No, you wouldn't.
Do you understand?
Listen, let me tell you something. You think Salah's doing that nonsense and Rio's there?
Relax yourself, man.
Nah, brother, yeah?
Vidic and Rio against Vidic and Villa. Yeah, but you got Firmino now, brother.
Nah.
Look at his face! Look at his face! Man forgot who was up top.
Every time Vidic saw Torres, he was
Torres.
Do you know what's funny? Do you know what's funny? Do you know what's funny about the Vidic and Torres thing? I went back and looked at the tapes. That was only a couple times, but people make it seem like it was every single time. It wasn't. It wasn't.
You don't want to see Wazza on your block. You don't want to see Wazza on your block. You don't want to see Wazza.
He scored one goal against us. He scored one goal against us. Wazza has scored one goal against Liverpool.
Wait. Wazza scored one goal against Liverpool.
Against Liverpool.
No, why did he score 3 in one game at Old Trafford?
Yeah, I lied. It was at Anfield. One goal at Anfield. He's only scored one goal at Anfield.
Two goals at Anfield.
No, he hasn't.
Well, really though.
I know what you're talking about.
He scored a 1-0 time ago when it went through your keeper's hands, and he scored when in the LVG era.
Yeah.
Really scored.
That's 2 goals. That's 2 goals.
LVG era.
No, really.
Fam, you see anything after 2017? I can't remember, bro.
No, quick no.
I respect it, Phil.
Let's move on something. Go on, Ellis.
Nah, don't move on. Let me one thing before we move on, bro.
Sorry, Ellis. Sorry.
I'm trying to move on.
Please don't hurt me.
Bruv. Come on.
Sorry.
Before we move on, really like 99 points. Big up Klopp.
I don't want to buck you on day release.
Are you sick?
HMP Coppens, you know. Come on.
Freedom man them.
Yeah.
For real, freedom man them. For real.
Back your toes.
Big up Klopp, though.
Yeah, big up.
Yeah,
Klopp,
big up Klopp, man. Big up Klopp.
Serious, bro.
Even though Lampard called him a cunt.
Yeah.
Hey, Lampard gave it to him though. How do you feel about that, Ellis? Hey, he gave it to him.
No, he didn't give it to him. He gave it to assistant. He's assistant manager.
His assistant's a cunt then. One league trophy.
Lampard can't talk to Klopp.
Yes, he can. Lampard's a big man for fucking football, you know. Don't get twisted. Lampard's a big man.
No, he's not.
Lampard's a big man.
This is shut, man.
You're right, bro.
He's not. He's not a big man anymore.
You're right, bro.
He's not a big man.
Lampard's a big man for fucking football. Let's not ever get twisted. Let's not ever get twisted.
What? To do what? What do you mean?
Have you seen Lampard's CV?
He's not, fam.
He's
not talking about as managers. He's not talking about. Nah, he's not talking about as managers, Ellis. He's talking about.
What about managers, fam?
No,
in football.
In football, Lampard.
In football, yeah, still Klopp over Lampard. I don't want to hear about no.
The football table in football heritage, yeah, Walter Jose, according to heritage, Klopp has to prostrate for Lampard. He has to.
Listen, you don't want to hear about those seconds. Listen, you don't want to hear about those second strikers playing in midfield.
Wait, Ellis, you said you don't want to hear about second strikers playing in midfield.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Because isn't your boy doing the same?
That's fine, Seb. That's fine. That's all well and good, but like
the best ever TM,
there's levels. Right now, there's levels. Right now, none of you are talking to me because there's level. You are 33 points behind me in it. So when you talk to me, you talk to me properly. Do you understand? I want everyone to double left when there's when you see me, make sure you double left. Prostrate.
All I gotta say to this, enjoy this moment, yeah? The new season starts in a couple of months. Relax. Enjoy it. It's nothing.
Means, do you know how far you are? Means you're too far. Don't be talking too hard, fam. You're too far to be talking.
I could talk with grace because I've experienced
scraping top 4, fam. You're scraping top 4. Look at how you're talking.
I've experienced multiple titles. Like, I've enjoyed. You get me? I've enjoyed it, boy. I've enjoyed.
Listen, all I'm saying is that I've had for a long time. Yeah, I see
Chelsea have won 5 titles in their whole history, fam.
Chelsea fans do not put champions as a title on their name.
I'm not changing my display. I'm not changing my name.
I don't do man on.
I'm not a nerd. We enjoy life.
Listen, bro.
Drake and Future used to
do what you want.
Ever since Roman's Ever since Roman's yacht, we don't need to do them leaky things there. You get me? Because it's normal.
I get it. Hurt people, innit? Obviously, you're hurting your CV.
Decorum, yeah?
That's what it is.
Ellis is getting very aggressive. He's starting to scare me a little bit.
Wait. You guys have a black man? Are you calling a black man aggressive?
Climate?
I am. One who is in Belmarsh, yeah.
Ellis, question. Are you the best team to ever get knocked out as early as you got knocked out of the Champions League?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, possibly.
No, Arsenal Invincibles, we got knocked out pretty early as well.
What was the quarterfinals though?
They're better than you though.
Yeah, you got.
No, they're not.
Quarterfinals.
Of course they're not.
You lot, what was you lot?
Yeah,
What was you lot?
Of course
The
they
knockout
are.
rounds. You lot got knocked out in the second knockout round.
First.
Wow.
Yeah.
Next topic, Lewis, man.
Next topic. We've got some listeners' questions.
After we won it, man.
Really?
After we won it, like,
Damn.
You're playing youths, fam.
Let's rattle through some listeners' questions. If you are listening on the YouTube live stream, send them in the chat so I can ask them live.
We do what we want. We want what we want. What we want. I say we move how we move how we want.
This is not what we tuned in. This is not what we tuned in for. Okay, Jack Wilson asked who has performed best for each of the top 6 league position teams. So I'm guessing he's talking individuals in that respect. So Liverpool, who's been Liverpool's best player this season at Ellis? I know it's not Henderson.
Nah, that's Sadio Mane.
Okay.
So another player that should have won Player of the Year ahead of Henderson. Then.
Yeah, but fam, you know what football writers are about, man. I don't know why everyone's moving like you don't know what they're about.
It's a writers' award, man.
Come on, man.
Is that what it was?
Story.
Was it the writers' award?
Yeah, it was a writers' award. Yeah, it's the writers' award,
You
man.
don't know what it was and no one trying shit.
Man's hosting, you know. Man's hosting. He doesn't even know who. He's hosting. He doesn't even know who's won what. Man don't even know who's won what. He's got Sabias on the background. Club is finishing 8th. Guys in the mud,
Messi,
man.
Everything's messy, bro. This is what you get for drinking Moscato, fam. Messi, fam.
What about for obviously City, KDB, United were third. So who's been your player of the season? That's an interesting discussion. Rashford?
For who?
Yeah,
it's Rashford. It's Rashford.
Rashford.
Rashford?
It's Rashford.
Rashford.
It's Rashford. It's Rashford, then Wan-Bissaka, then Martial.
No,
Wan-Bissaka.
No, I'm giving it Wan-Bissaka.
I'm giving it Wan-Bissaka, man. Early form was really good.
Man.
Early form was really good.
Oh, you're not taking slide tackles over winning games. Safe.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah, that's what
You win
they say,
games
fam.
at both ends, Gov.
Yeah, come on, geezer.
What about Chelsea?
I'd say the person that's been the most consistent and shown quality throughout
Kovacic.
is Kovacic still. I think even in the bad defeats that we've had against the Bayern Munichs and stuff, he's the only one that's shown levels. So in big games, yeah, I think Kovacic. Even today, he was outstanding today. Outstanding. So yeah, I think he deserves player of the season for us still.
Not giving it Kepa, no?
Worst player of the season, maybe. Kepa's got to go down as the worst signing of the season, right?
He wasn't signed this season. Signed last season.
Or was he signed last season?
Yeah.
Oh.
Kepa,
Remember when he didn't come off? When
Oh yeah.
I promise you, on everything I love, on anything, bro. Kepa is the worst signing I've ever witnessed in my life. Pound for pound, the worst by
pound
far.
for pound. Do you think he's worse than Maguire?
Nothing comes close. No.
Do you think he's worse than Maguire? Boy,
much worse. And nothing comes close. Nothing comes close. Not even Pepe.
Maguire's good. Maguire's good with a header. I'll give him that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who finished 5th? Leicester, right?
Yeah.
Leicester play Vardy.
It's Vardy. It's Vardy. Even with the droughts.
6th. Who was 6th?
Jose
gets
Spurs.
6th.
Yeah.
Too much.
Respect it. Respect it.
When
respect
he came
it, but don't respect it.
When they came in, yeah, with the squad they've got, he should be doing better.
Respect it, but don't respect it. Hit me. But what? Man, we're chatting about Wolves. Man, we're chatting about Wolves. Man, we're chatting about Arsenal. Get me? Dusted you man down. Down. He ducked you down. He ducked you down on the main road.
He's got a good squad, hasn't he?
He ducked you down, though.
How do we rate Mourinho's first?
Boy, he looked like he was running to losing his job, boy, and he just kind of pulled it together the last few games. So
Harry Kane, that's what's happened. Harry Kane came back and he dragged them out the mud as he's been. That's what it is, bro. Because if you watch the games, even today,
that's what you call big boy.
Do you not see his quote? Basically, it was good. I found out that Chelsea were winning, so I went ultra pragmatic because we weren't playing well. What 2-0? Yeah, hey, get that bus in now. He got the bus against Crystal Palace, who've lost 7 games in a row.
He got a
That's
call. He
scary.
got a call from Frank. He's like, "Hey, Jose, return that favor. Say no more."
Do you know what I hate? Yeah?
Jose was like,
Do you know what I hate? Yeah?
all right, park active or bus activates.
How can you park the bus against Crystal Palace? Do you know how
He's
scary
the
that is?
you.
But do you know what I hate about the way the word pragmatic is used in football? Yeah, pragmatic means dealing with things sensibly and realistically in a way that is based on practical rather than theoretical considerations.
Why? I'm hoping you read that from your web browser. I really am hoping you read that from.
Nah, off the dome, off the dizzle.
Okay.
Wait. Black man can be educated.
Are you saying a black man can be educated?
Think about it, brother.
Think what you saying, brother.
But why in football is that associated? Why is that associated with being just defensive? Why is being pragmatic associated with just being defensive? It's essentially putting thought. Are you telling me Pep isn't pragmatic? Are you telling me Klopp isn't pragmatic? What are you trying to tell me? So Jose, allow it, man. Allow it. You only know one way to do your thing, innit? Like you always come from the position of protection and never go in to take it. And I think even Jose that we grew up on, the Jose that was a special one, had much more give and go and gusto about him than the Jose that we look at now. And I think for Spurs, it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one because they need Champions League next season. They spent a lot of money. They had to take out a big loan. Listen, Goldman Sachs, if you don't run them their money, they'll sell your stadium, brother. They'll sell your stadium for far.
Hey, I can't lie. Me and Hush Puppy will cop it still, blood. Me and Hush Puppy will cop it.
What, has he bust case, yeah?
Bro, he went to America, they let him go. Nah. You know he's got that man in his pocket. Come on.
Who got that go?
Hush Puppy.
It's a mad thing, fam.
Imagine America, yeah? Imagine America's Dishes wardrobe, yeah? And getting free is the Gucci hat and the sunglasses. That's what Hush Puppy is.
Vix asked which players from relegated teams you taking next season. So who got relegated? So Bournemouth got relegated.
Norwich and Norwich.
Watford and Norwich.
When they don't need to come, they need to be in a prem. Cantwell needs to be in the prem.
Jamal Lewis.
Brooks.
Sarr needs to be in a prem. Brooks needs to be in a prem.
Sarr. Oh, Watford, fam.
Liverpool linked with this, Sarr.
They do fail.
You linked to Sarr? Yeah. Hey, that's Mane's brother. Mane's busting him still. Mane's like, you know what? We'll move Salah 9, bring in Sarr, and then that punk Firmino.
I don't think Sarr will start. I don't think Sarr is.
PMP, he'll come off the bench. PMP.
Yeah, but he'll be a project because like that'll be somebody that they. Because he's got the raw attributes. He looks good. I like Brooks though. I'll have Brooks, bro. Come on, Brooks. Come here, blood.
Let me ask you a question. Do you feel like Jack Grealish? He's probably gonna go this summer, right? Do you think him from a personal level would have or got relegated just for his own personal development next season?
Say that again.
You're cutting out there.
Oh, was I cutting out? Sorry. Do you think someone from like Jack Grealish, obviously we know he's probably going to leave next season and he's been touted with moves away to practically everyone. Do you think him, from a personal standpoint, do you think he would have rather stayed in the Premier League or got relegated with Villa?
No, I think as a competitor and a Villa fan, I think he wanted to say, you could see it in his play. But obviously, if you got relegated, after a few days, like, boy, hey, that's you, man. The gun deuces, like, hey, you know, play safe.
I tried my best.
Yeah, but like seeing his celebration, like he was gassed, and what a clutch, brother! What a fucking player. Bring him to OT.
I was just more thinking because obviously now that he's staying in the Premier League, Aston Villa are gonna command a higher price.
I think for him, boy, facts. And I think for him, if you want me enough, you pay it, innit? You want me enough, you pay. Obviously, if they put a ridiculous price tag on his head, like 80 million, he's probably gonna run up on them like, come on, B, let's make it make sense. But I think 40 to 60, probably closer to 60 is what it'll take to get him. Because think about it, yeah, the Prem money is 90 million. He's the reason they stayed in the Prem. So how much is he actually worth to Aston? How much is Jack Grealish worth to Aston Villa if he's the sole reason that they stayed in the Premier League? And
whatever,
you get 90
whatever it is, pay it. Bring him to OT.
Same. I think a few years ago, when Swansea was selling, or they were looking to sell Sigurdsson, I forget the guy on Soccer Saturday, and he made the same point. Someone was bidding 50 million, and he's like, Sigurdsson is the sole reason Swansea stay up every year. The Premier League gives you 90 million for being a Premier League club. So if you're selling him for 50 million, you're selling yourself short. And I think Villa are in the same position. That's how much he's worth to them. He's worth the difference between them being in the Prem and not. Because you sell him for 60 million, you now need to replace his quality. And
you're never going to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult, man. They spent 30 million on that dud of a striker.
Yeah.
Boy.
Poor. But poor. He scored like 4 goals in Belgium or something. Are you spending 30 million on someone who can't even bag in Belgium?
Bro, how begin and then kept... Basically, the reason why Villa stayed up was because they've actually got a midfield that bangs out with a lot of midfields in the Prem.
McGinn, Grealish,
and Douglas Luiz is better than bare midfields. Midfields. And that's the only reason why they stayed up. Because them brothers in the attack are pants. Absolutely.
And they got a bunch of bantam men in defence.
Yeah.
That's a funny term.
So, Mings is all right. Mings is, he's not. Yeah, he's.
Would you take Mings at Arsenal?
Nah.
Would you take Mings at Arsenal?
I'll take my Chelsea. I'll take him to start.
No way.
He's one of them ones, where it's like, I'll take him because he's better than what we've got.
But he's not the level. But he's not the level we aspire to.
How long before you're already looking to replace him? Yeah. So I don't know.
And again, I think he's gone. Yeah, I thought you were going to finish your thought there, Lewis. Sorry. I think, again, he's another one who has that Maguire effect, like Maguire at Leicester. In those poorer teams, you're kind of in the same scenarios. You defend for long periods of the game. A lot of it is headers and volleys. The minute you go to a bigger team and you're playing higher lines and you're more exposed one-on-one against the attackers in the Prem, even the decent attackers in the Prem, they can give you a bad day one-on-one. And then these guys who look really good lower down, it looks a bit sticky, and I think Mings would be in the same situation.
And I never trust defenders who play for teams that have conceded fucking 70 goals in a Premier League campaign. I know that's not the right way to look at it. I'm not on it, if I'm being honest.
Especially
because
when
how many of them? Go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially when he's like the leader of that unit. It's a bit mad, man.
I think I'll stay clear, to be honest. Just talking about relegation teams again, Adil H says, do you think any of the relegated teams will bounce back straight away? Obviously, Championship is a notoriously hard league to get out of. Sometimes it takes teams several cracks to the whip. Sometimes teams even go down again. So I know we don't really talk too much about Championship, and I know none of us probably watched the Championship, but who has the quality to come straight back up, do you think?
I think Watford. I think Watford, because I feel like they probably have the best chance of keeping their squad together rather than like people like Bournemouth, where there's some like quality players where people want. I feel like Watford is like, okay, their main striker, he's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Deeney's not going anywhere. Maybe Sarr might go. I feel like the midfield, Capoue and Decore, who's going to really want them? Do you know what I mean?
Decore might go, cut price. Who would take him?
But, Decore was good maybe 2 seasons ago. Like now he just is where he is. Like nobody is going to push the ball for him.
Yeah, it could be that,
He signed a new contract. He shouldn't have done that.
What's a new deal?
And not this season. I think maybe last season when his name had a buzz on it. It's a bag, man. It's a bag. And again, I think these teams make them assurances like, listen, you signed this new contract, and if off the books, if an offer of this level comes in for you, we'll let you go. But we saw when it came to Liverpool with Suarez that they'll say that in a moment. But if I feel like you're the key piece to a team that's
you ain't going anywhere
on the precipice of doing something great, I ain't letting you go to our rivals. So
even Palace with Zaha, he signed a contract and then they were
they're paying him a king's ransom, though, ain't it? They're paying him a
They said something today. They said something today. Like I think they asked Zaha if he's going or something like that, and he said, "Watch this space" or something like that. Or they asked Hodgson.
40 million, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Spurs have to do that. If Arsenal got the money to, Arsenal have to do that. Leicester should do that. There's so many clubs that should do that. 100%. Leicester should do that. Arsenal should do that.
Because he is a lot better than Palace.
Spurs should do that.
Yep. Okay. Mo Mahad asked, does any team have a chance of catching Liverpool next season, especially if they strengthen the transfer window? So
City.
I'm assuming, I think City, I think Liverpool are not going to, I can almost guarantee it, Liverpool are not going to get 99 points next season.
I agree.
You think, you agree, Ellis?
Yeah, I do. I think
okay.
They've played at a level that high for too long, and obviously players are a year older. I don't think they can maintain that consistency.
So already the gap is shrunk. So what we're talking, like maybe 80, 88, 87 points next season for Liverpool?
I still think they get 90. I still think they get 90 because of the quality they do have, but I don't think they can maintain that run of like just beating teams by the narrow goal. I don't think they can do it. That mental fortitude is hard to maintain, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's just my person.
Yeah, I agree.
I think like this is more basketball, but you look at the amount of like games a team wins within 5 points, and if you'd had to do that, like for Liverpool, the amount of close games you guys came on top, I don't think you lost any of your close games, probably by Atletico. In the league, you always pulled through. You always pulled through. I remember I was watching the Villa game where you lot were still 1-0 down at 87 minutes. I was like, listen, even if they don't lose, even if they don't lose, and even if they don't win, they're gonna get there. Even if they don't lose, they're gonna get a draw. And somehow you lot dragged it out. I said, yeah, it's done. Forget it. They're winning.
Yeah.
Like you didn't even play well that day, and you did that so many other times as well. Henderson had a mistake against Sheffield United. I ain't forgotten that, Henderson. He had a mistake when you lot played Sheffield United for you lot to get the win. So everything went your way, but I think it was just your time. It was just your time, you know. You get 97 points and you don't win the league.
Yeah.
You've come close a few other years in the last 10, 15 years or so. But this is a special group of players under a fantastic manager. And it was just your time, man. It was just your time.
What do Man City have to do to close the gap? Because they're a team that should have everything, right? They sure have it.
Defenders.
High defenders.
Defenders. How do you not feel about Gundogan?
He's not
time to go.
Nah, man. He's done his job. He's part of the rotation, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think he plays a bit too much.
Yeah, maybe.
Foden's got to play more in it. Foden will play more.
Everton was going. I personally, I can't lie. I want to see more Foden. I'd rather see Foden and CM than Bernardo. I can't lie. I think Bernardo might be a bit better out wide. He's obviously much better out wide than Foden is out wide. But I don't know. I feel like Foden just got a little bit about him in terms of like he can nick a goal or stuff like that.
Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, but I think their issue. I think their midfield is fine. Their midfield is fine. Their defense is so scary, bro, because they lose the ball, and bro, do you remember what's his name? What's the Argentinian brother's name? Otamendi. Remember what Otamendi was doing the first half of the season, blood? Stripper. He was stripping every week, blood. Only fans things every week, off and pan, nastiness, bro. So
we say this to Pink Moscato things, yeah. Take that.
Moscato on Netflix.
Couple glasses of Pink Moscato.
Yeah. Also, obviously, I think they probably need to play Mahrez a lot more consistently with Sterling. I think scoring goals is never going to be an issue for Manchester City. It's just like leaking those goals. And Rodri, I think he's had a pretty decent season, but Rodri needs to take the next step up and be consistently quality for them. And but their defense is just so scary. And also randomly, I wanted to ask the man about this. All this time, I thought John Stones is injured all this time.
He don't play.
Well, he's just on the bench, isn't it?
Well, man's been banished fully. It means you won that John Stones thing long-term still.
John Stones, we can't speak on it. We'll talk off the pod about John Stones.
I had Christensen. I had fucking.
I'm still not sure Christensen's better than him. I don't give a shit, man.
No. I think he is. But ultimately, I'm one for one. 1 for 2 still. Christensen. I take the L on Christensen, but I take the W on Stones.
Capone Lamone asks, did Sebi make it into Marshall FC? Was a decision made about this?
It was an overwhelming no.
It was a resounding no. Like I got,
What's your thoughts on that, Seb?
There was like 1,600 votes, and like 70% said no.
I voted yes. I'm loyal. I'm loyal.
I voted no. There was too many pods. There was too many pods when Seb was, and I voted no. I voted no off my account and then off the Morgan account.
So basically, yeah, it was 1,715 votes, and 85% of the people said no. So,
I knew 70 was too low. Yeah. I knew 70 was too low.
Yeah, I was thinking 70 because when I saw it, it was like 95.5 when I saw it. So I was like, wow, where's the turn come from? Like, you know.
Question. Who's the president of Marshall FC? Who's the chairman? Who's
Disu is the president. Disu's the president. Elijah's the chairman. No, Elijah's the president of 9 a.m. Incorporated.
Okay. So
Marshall FC, this is the president of that, with Elijah's the chairman. And then 9 a.m. Incorporated, Elijah's the president, with this is the chairman. Just give me chief technical officer. I'm good. See, I'm calm.
Seb, will you be submitting an appeal?
Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely.
Seb janitor.
Listen.
You gotta work your way back.
Listen, Seb could come into the club anytime, bro. I know the bouncer will pat him down, see if he's got a wire, see if he's got
he showed me something different. Yeah, showed me something different. I said, yeah, let me see if I can buy some stock still.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Selling.
No, I'm buying higher, man. Bitcoin. I'm buying.
The man never said that. The man never said that Seb's the apprentice still.
Seb the apprentice.
Oh God! You see Marshall, I feel like, sorry, it's just last bit of Marshall. I feel like he's having this period with the gap we had of no football. He's having the season he would have had if everything was normal. He's having the season he would have had in 2021 now. So he's coming into 2021 and he's going to be ready. He's already going to see the improvement in mentality does, and when he really applies himself, how many of these teams that he can put the fear of God across their back line. He'll pop up on the left, he'll pop up on the right, he'll pop up centrally, and he'll drop deep, and he causes trouble in all those areas, man.
It can't the same thing be said for Greenwood as well, because Greenwood's development since the summer.
Listen, all I'm saying is,
sky's the limit for that kid, man.
A wise man or wise men once said, "You was in trouble. You was in trouble."
Fresh out the bed.
Just the basic development. It's just the basic development in his physique. It's like he knew.
Today, I saw him hold off Ndidi.
Crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
That was mental.
It's like Martinelli and Saka and that. No.
Because you know what it is, yeah?
When you talk Greenwood, you talk about his name with Mane, Neymar, and a
Hey, slow down. Put
my name on that.
Before the lockdown, you're like, okay, yeah, he's a talented player, he could clap it. But ultimately, you thought physically, yeah, he's struggling still. But well, I couldn't believe the physique after lockdown. It is nuts. And that's over a couple of weeks, like 2 months.
Well done to Man United.
Also, he got the black man's trim.
You couldn't sound any more bitter, Ellis.
Well done to Man United. He got rid of that Jimmy Neutron, Lewis trim.
Yeah, fam, we got the fade. You see what happens when you get the fade, fam?
Jimmy Neutron.
Mercer Lewis has got a trim like Jimmy Neutron.
Enough that high top.
Oh gosh. Yeah. He's a problem, man. You know the thing though.
Had to go, bro. Now you know what? He listens to drill. That's what I want to see from my young.
His basics and his fundamentals are so good as well. He's so technically assured. When he picks it up in deeper areas, he's able to use his shimmies, use his touch to give himself space and just lay it off. I'll lay it off, I'll play it square, and I'll get myself further closer to the box. So as he gets older and he develops physically, he'll be able to impact on all facets of the game, I feel like he'll be able to bag goals, and he'll be able to be a deeper player who links up the play as well, man.
Omoruyu, he said broke up with his white girlfriend and the game changed.
We won't talk on that still, but
the
streets know, innit? The streets know.
The streets know steam. The streets know.
Jimmy Neutron. And Jimmy Neutron held the streets down for 3 summers.
My boy Io Obs asks if Ole wins the Europa and Lampard wins FA Cup, who's had the better season?
Ole. I'm just saying that just for the sake of it. I don't even care.
I'd say Lampard still. I'd say Lampard still.
Competition is weak in Europa.
Yeah.
What do you think is easier competition to get through, Europa or the FA Cup?
FA Cup? Europa, sorry.
Really?
Look at who Man United played. You've played Linz.
Bro, we've had to beat Liverpool. We've had to beat United
We've had to beat City.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Who else you had to beat, Lewis?
I don't know.
Shrewsbury or something.
Sutton.
Well, hey, listen, every year we win the FA Cup.
Newport.
But ultimately...
Is he sending for me? I don't know.
I feel like the Europa League is harder to navigate because of the awkward fixture list and the awkward time.
I'm Bulgarian.
Nah, I think...
FA Cup's harder, man.
No direct flights. No direct flights in Europe. That's what you know.
The FA Cup's harder to win than the Europa League. I think Chelsea have had a hard draw this year.
Yes.
I'll give them props for that. They've beaten quite a few. They built, bruv. Sometimes you can be in the last 16 and you're playing fucking Cardiff, bruv.
Yeah, but that's what you guys are doing in the Europa League.
We're playing
Cardiff are beating Linsk.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
You're fucking sick. You are fucking disgusting, man.
You hadn't heard of them before this season. You hadn't heard of them before this season.
Yeah, but you're being ignorant. You're being like Paul Merson right now. You're like Paul Merson. Just because you haven't heard of them. The best team in Austria is the best team in Austria, or the second best team in Austria. Sorry, is beating them.
It's Europa League. They probably finished 5th.
No. They're second this season in Austria. Come on, man. The Ackers, come on, man. Keep it.
And they're losing 5-0 on aggregate to use lot.
Yes,
that says it all.
Bro, we're like 15 points ahead of you lot, man.
United lot. Just a quick question. Just a quick question, United lot. Is it true that you lot are playing the Solas FC next game?
Yeah, we are, bro. 5-0 up, innit?
Give it to the youngers.
We were prepared for that one this week. You got us last time. Like, you got us in the first half.
You got us in the first half. They almost had us.
Let's do a few more quickfire questions before we wrap things up. Then, so Khalid Savage asks, just a random thought.
I'm a savage.
Needs with the Chelsea on a free, good signing or unnecessary.
Say that again.
I couldn't hear what you said. What was that?
Which part didn't you hear? The whole question, yeah?
The whole question.
Okay. Khalid Savage asked, just a random thought, Vertonghen to Chelsea on the free, good signing or unnecessary?
Unnecessary.
You know what? That wouldn't actually be a bad signing. But how old is he? What, 32? I think.
Finished, bro.
You know what?
What does he bring to you?
Experience.
He's 33. He's 33.
That's a bit too. Nah.
Experience of what?
That's a bit old.
What? That night against Liverpool.
An experienced Premier League defender, bro. Like, ultimately, when we get rid of Rudiger, get rid of the Christiansens, we're gonna only have Zuma as a senior defender.
That's enough,
I think,
bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's good enough to start for you lot, though. And it's not like he's coming in with
so.
I don't think he's coming in with a Terry level influence.
That's the point.
Who's respecting Vertonghen in there?
I don't care about all that. All I want is someone that is I would say he probably might be a figurehead. He could be a leader, a potential leader in the dressing room. We don't have leaders in our club anymore. We don't. So, you know,
sure, Vertonghen can come into Chelsea and do that, yeah?
I think he seemed like he's got a strong character about him as well. So I don't know. Maybe it's something. It could be worth exploring, but I don't think it's too much of a deal for me to be thinking. Yeah, let's bring him in. Yeah, I mean, he'd be a decent addition, but it's not worth the time, to be honest.
Correct.
No, it's not worth it.
Okay. Let me do one more question. Let me get the best one out of the bunch.
To get the best one, you have to read every single one.
Do you want me to read every question?
No. I said for you to find out which one is the best one, don't you have to read every single one?
Yeah, I'm just gonna give him. Which one?
The Coman one. The Coman one still.
Where's that?
AA.
God, means you ask it because you can see it.
Coman is linked with United for right wing. What do you guys think?
No.
It's not AA. I don't know his name. I don't have his name.
No, and no.
Yeah.
As a squad player, I think as a squad player.
I looked at his injury record, didn't it? So if Coleman comes and it's not at the expense of Sancho, I don't mind. But if it's at the expense of Sancho, then I'm not on it.
I doubt it's going to be both.
I don't.
I don't want to see that ponytail ash French get anything in my club. Never.
It might make Pogba happy.
His injury record is nuts, man. I'm not on it.
Hey, if Pogs wants him, then that's a different setting. Yeah.
Another series to unlock in Pogba. I love it.
We don't need any more series.
You do. It's even getting boring now. It's a bit like Prison Break. You know where they should have stopped at season 3, but they keep going. It's about time you guys just stop making this series.
He's been our best. How can you be unlocking a player who's been your best player since he got here?
Really?
No, who's been better?
Who's been better? On the floor, isn't it?
No. How can you be unlocking a player? How can you be unlocking your best player?
Are unlocking. You told me. You told me. How can you still unlock him? I don't think. Why is still unlocking him?
Well, he's 27, and until he's 28. He's
28. Sorry.
He's 28. He's 27.
Yeah.
But how are you not still doing the unlocking Pogba when he's been our best player since he's been here?
Hey, Lewis, I got a question for you. Yeah.
Other players need to be.
It's actually not my question. Is Tommy a man too? But obviously, I've got a vested interest in this question, so I'm asking you.
Tommy a man too. Let me find this question. I need to vet the questions first. I need to vet the questions first.
Arsenal sign Memphis. Should Arsenal sign Memphis?
I don't know because of that stupid. Because of that. Why did I say stupid? Because of the ACL injury that he's come back from. I don't know. But he's probably better than Lacazette, right?
He's way better than no. Memphis is a good player. He's a good player.
I just don't want him to do what he did in the Premier League last time. Yeah, if he looks like he's in Holland, then I'll take him.
If you watch Memphis for Holland and watch, you forget the French league because we can dish the French league, Farmers League, all that stuff. Even though I don't believe that all that shit. Yeah, if you watch him for Holland in the Champions League, he's actually got quality. With Memphis, I don't know what happened to him when he bulked up. He saw, I don't know, maybe Laurie Harvey thought let me be a henchman. I don't know, yeah, because he used to be really, really rapid and nippy, but in central areas, he's actually really good. He's very creative for forwards, and he can score goals. His goal record is good. So
his goal record is very good. This season,
20 million is a change for his quality. That's a change, and he's 26.
I agree, but I just don't know how he's going to be after this injury.
Has he come back?
Memphis bleak.
I don't even think he's come back yet because the French league got suspended, right?
I don't know. Yeah, forget that.
I don't know.
I'm not too sure.
How much for Memphis? I don't know.
But then 18 million. But then 18 million, is it really a risk? I don't know.
Yeah, I think
probably not. You should be able to eat that, but I feel like you lot can't eat that though.
If it was something like swap him for Guendouzi and do it that way, and maybe give us 5 mil on top or something like that. But apparently Leon are one of the teams interested in Guendouzi. So
right, you're not trying to swap Guendouzi for money and get cash on top. You're a cheeky youth, man.
But they're
you should be paying them. You should be paying them.
No, but Memphis is last year of contract, and
okay, fair enough.
And they're valuing them at like about 18 million. So
how much are you valuing Guendouzi at?
I reckon we could get 25 for him.
I agree.
Yeah. So I think 5 mil in a swap is about right.
Honestly, I think
when you break it down like that, I have to agree.
I think
it makes sense sometimes, Mariah. I'm not just.
I know.
I think if you get Memphis, because Aubameyang, I will pay Memphis left and Aubameyang, but Aubameyang can still stay left because he'll score goals anyway. Memphis, they could even will get you good goals. That Pepe brother, I don't know like that.
You get 10 and 10.
He's gonna have to play. Someone broke it down today. Basically, it was the feeling in the group chat was maybe we should start to sell Pepe. Maybe we should start to put the feelers out. Who's interested? However, apparently, when you sell a player, right? When you sell a player, you have to pay their transfer fee that is amortized, right?
What, the whole thing? You have to make the whole thing.
Yeah. So someone said, Leroy said, let's sell Pepe for 40 million. But it works out if we just sell Pepe 40 million, we actually have to pay an extra 20 million. We still owe money because we still owe money on
Pepe Le Pew.
So we wouldn't even get the money for Pepe. We'd have to pay an extra 20 million this summer to get rid of Pepe. That's how crazy it is.
I had to change my glasses. One more time.
Hold on. Yeah, that's the Mazine. That's an absolute Mazine.
So basically, we have to keep him, yeah, and then hope he comes next good.
Can I ask one more question? Did that brother, Sheung, did he also say this?
Sheung was not involved in this conversation.
He's still got stocks. No, Sheung ain't going to sell his Pepe stocks ever.
Local. No. Just let him know. Let Sheung know I'm local, bro. Let him know I'm local.
Sheung is... Me and Sheung are going at it at the moment, though. Because me and Sheung are going at it.
Yeah? His ass.
Lewis, yeah, says what he really thinks in the Arsenal chat.
Yeah. And he comments up in it. And when he comes, it's all like, yeah.
And on that, he'll defend him because he knows that if you're a sign of weakness, he's getting killed.
We'll finish him. And you're a clever guy, Lewis, because you're right, mate. If you let us know you ain't feeling these players, that's it. We're tearing you to shreds. Imagine he's in the touchy group chat, dissing, man. Then he has to come to the main chat.
Say face.
I'm bipolar on WhatsApp. Trust me. Leroy and Anton must be so confused. Like they see me say one thing in the Arsenal one, then they touch on. I'm like,
and Anton's onto you, mate. Anton can see right through you.
I'm not having anything from Anton. He
flip
flops more than I do. So
you're the same people, to be fair.
That's why Ant doesn't call out Lou. Ant doesn't call him out anymore.
Because he knows.
He's got so much dirty panties in his laundry. Yeah, it's just like
the same people.
I can't like Lewis. The Saka dub was
Saka dub was tight still.
Yeah. That's the quietest I've ever heard Ant. Dems came through like what? Dems came through like what? Is that a W? Ryan, like, what? Is that a W? Yeah. Oh, damn. Okay. Dems just saying it. Dems trying to put more stoke in the fire, innit?
Dems, yeah. Dems is the most fucking dirtiest guy ever.
I hate him so
much. Nasty.
He comes in and he's like, "Oh, what? Is there beef yet? Oh, yeah."
What I hate about Dems? Dems gets his Real Madrid information from Ife and Lewis dropping stuff in the chat. So Ife just on the chat about Thibaut Courtois. I was like, "Oh, see," I said, "Bro, you haven't watched a game this season."
No game. 0 games watched this season.
Zero games.
How many times I stopped reporting on them because whenever I reported, they'd like equalize or they'd win.
Remember we did that the other day. That was so infuriating. We what, Madrid losing, yeah, Dems, and then VAR cancelled it. Like 10 minutes later. It was like 10 minutes later, VAR cancelled it. We're like, what?
Oh, I don't say anything, man.
Anyway, lads, we should probably call it a day now because we've been going for about 2 hours. So we gave the people what they wanted. We put it on YouTube. If you haven't watched the live stream, you can obviously rewatch this pod on YouTube. You might want to do that to see the facial and the be worth doing that. Remember, use the hashtag.
This is mid pod glow up.
Yeah. What? Say that again.
If you want to see Disu's mid pod glow up.
Exactly. Like we're influencers on more than a sporting. We also influence in the fashion industry as well. So
yeah,
come here to see Disu's drip and get some ideas for your own.
And come for Disu's drip. Stay for the football.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, don't forget you can also become a patron. So all the links to that will be in the bio. Be sure to become a patron if you haven't done so. Thank you to all the other, we're over well over 100 patrons now, I think. So big up all of you lot who have.
My Muga patrons, I love you lot. Leaving your comments.
We're gonna be a bit of a both.
The Muga Mafia, we're coming through, baby. And if you're listening to that on Tuesday morning, make sure you come through with a liquor as well. Yeah.
Lewis, I'm warning you. Yeah, don't let the Mugger Mafia come to your block on Discord if you're losing to Chelsea on Saturday.
Listen.
Because you're gonna hate yourself.
I already think Chelsea are gonna win. So
I don't care what you think, man. don't work like that. It don't work.
We'll be there. We'll be there.
Ask Daniel.
We'll be there, dog.
Work like that. We will be
We've dismantled more than a few lives still.
But by the way, the Discord live will only be available to £20 paying members. So you know.
Oh, okay.
And this will sponsor all you lot. If you know what.
I was gonna start talking about blocks, but you know, pammed us. I can't even mind.
Right then, lads.
Bow.
Bow.
Bang your door.
What? Only Arsenal can't say the bow, and they're the Gooners. It's tight. Steal.
Was it still live on YouTube? Take it off live, blood.
Hit that live off, blood. The same way, the opposite.